get in here, please. Listen. I got conflicted feelings. And I need to know what y'all think because I don't want to feel like it's just me. I just don't know. I need to know if it's just me. For real, y'all. For real. I need to know if it's just me. Let me know in the chat. Once we get into it, what y'all think. I need to know whether I'm tripping or whether my conflicted feelings are legit. I got conflicted feelings. Honey, we got some broke clocks that's been right a couple times a day. I hate to say it, I agree with Porsha on a lot of what's going on. Y'all already know I don't like Angela. I've been very clear on that. Britt Edie had some valid points. I see the undertones of some mess about to start. I see, what else do I really see? I believe eventually people are going to start to see through Angela's mess. Oh, we got Groveland, Florida in the house. Hey, Groveland, how you doing, cousin? I'm so happy to see people from my home state. Y'all know how I love Florida folks in my chat, okay? Welcome, Richard. How you doing? So, yeah, I saw a lot of stuff, and we got to talk. We just got to talk. I seen some stuff Porsha did. Well, not did. We didn't get to see it. We just heard about it. That I was like, and then I thought about it, and I was like, you know, hey, so let me greet who's here, and then let's just talk before I go to telling y'all what all had happened. Let me greet everybody so we can talk about this. I feel like we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this because I have conflicted feelings and I need y'all to like give me emotional support. Hey, too adorable. Thank you for being like number one. My sis Lulu's little girl in the house. Hey, boo. Miss Nisi. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number 3. My peanut is number 5. Don't play with my yo-yo. Yolanda's here. She's number 6. How you doing, girl? All right. Aries Diva is 84. Thank you for being number 8. Tiffany GT in the house. Hey, gorgeous. Thank you for being number 6. Amanda K is number 11. Hey, Ladybug. How you doing? My good sis Magaline Lamar is in the house. She number 13. Thank you, girl. I'm glad you're here. Peanut is asking y'all to please like this video, and so is our head archangel, Miss Bianca the Beautiful, okay? She's asking y'all to please hit the like button. Please get your drinks. If you ain't drinking wine, get your flask. Get your whatever you sipping on. Tonight, it's going to be Sir Davis for me. It's Sir Davis for me tonight. I need it. This has been a rough one. Okay, Auntie Eva is here. Okay, happy Sunday. Happy to be happy, girl. We happy you made it. Thank you for being number 16. Y'all roll on in. Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair. All right, sweet beloved. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number 14. You about to post some Moscato. You a Porsha fan. I'm not mad at you. Everybody likes somebody. Everybody likes somebody. Y'all know over here, Nitra don't like nobody, really. Very few people I like. And tonight I was conflicted because I won't say all of them, but a lot of them had moments where I was like, well, I could feel you on this, but I can't feel you on that. Most of them, except for the only person I could say I didn't feel her at no point was Angela. And Drew either. I didn't feel them at no point. But the rest of them, it was like, okay, but no. It was all right on this one, but no on the other one. No, you know. So we're going to talk about it. Is that my Brandon Martin? That's my boo. What's happening? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being number 18. It was Brandon, but that was one of the moments I was conflicted on. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget that. Well, matter of fact, can we talk about it real quick right now? I didn't like that scene. I liked the nostalgia of the scene. It was cool seeing them chat it up. And I know it was like supposed to bring back the nostalgia moment and Cynthia being like elder sister type situation. But you know what I saw in that scene? I saw Cynthia coming to dig for mess and Porsha really didn't give it to her. I felt like Cynthia came to dig for mess and to manipulate. And then once she didn't get the mess she wanted, then she tried to wax all inspirational instead of fall down, fall up. Can't nobody stop you. I'm like, girl, Cynthia, you so fake and you weighing on my nerves, okay? What did Grace Hamilton, what did Spice say? Fake like me weave them, okay? It was just like, girl, who are you fooling? Because you're not fooling me. But whatever. Hey, Miss Thelma, thank you for being number 19. Y'all know I be catching all type of stuff when people are full of crap. It just gave full of crap. So full of crap. So full of it. Like, I'm not saying she hate Porsha. I don't think she hate Porsha. Hey, Kelly Dream, thank you for being number 20. I don't think she hate Porsha, but I don't think Cynthia really for nobody, to be honest. She ain't really for nobody. And that's cool if you're not, but the scene just seems so fake and contrived and manipulative. And, you know, I'm not surprised that Porsha was not smart enough to catch on. Or maybe she did. Maybe that's why she didn't give her nothing. Catherine Bennett, thank you for being number 21. Say, I'm tired of Angela and Drew. Andrew, you said tired of Angela and Drew need to go to the basement. Do. She do. You're not wrong. I'm tired of both of them, to be honest. To be honest, I'm tired of both of them. Okay. Let me see what else going on. Who else we got up in here? Krista Jones. Hey, girl, thank you for being 22. Happy to be happy, girl. Congratulations on your 44-month royal anniversary. All right. You number 14. I thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, y'all come on in, get comfortable, hit your like number, put your like number in the chat. You never know when the like lottery is gonna jump off. So make sure you in it because you can't win if you're not in. Queen of Hearts KS. Hey girl, thank you for being number 25. I'm gonna try to grab some comments while I'm greeting folks. Amanda said, I know for this comment, but I think Porsha did say the thing about Angela's husband. Yeah, everybody said she said it. She said it. I'm gonna say this. I don't really have the biggest problem with her saying it. I'm gonna just be real with you. And I know y'all gonna be like, Nitra, I can't believe it, but I don't really have the biggest problem with Porsha saying it. Whatever. I don't really feel no way about it. I believe she said it. I think it's legit. You got to be careful when you go around bothering people. I think it's legit. Okay, Angela Davis. Hey, girl. Thank you for being 25. Deeper 2. My girl out of Duval is number 27. Hey, girl. Miss Lovely T is 29. Deborah Randall, baby. We got our Deb in the house. The whole conversation is valid. We got a Deb here. Brisha M say, I just got done watching P. Willie need her butt kicked. For what? What you want to beat up Porsha for? Hey, Janice. How you doing, girl? Sean living life. What up, cousin? Thank you for being number 28. Child, I don't know what we just watched, but we watched it. We was all watching it together. Breach M, thank you for being 32. My kinfolk out of Groveland is number 34. Thank you, Richard. Deborah is 36. D, amazing D crazy DS is also 36. We got Adrian Marie at 37. DS is running that reflection corner, and I got a feeling y'all gonna be sliding up in the reflection corner tonight. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of 17-second violations. It's gonna be 12-second violations. Some of y'all gonna come in with a whole 35-second violation. I feel it coming. I can tell when it's one of them nights. Okay, Cloud9, thank you for being number 38. Tudnese, hey, thank you for being number 40. Nina GZ, hey, boo. Child, she is serving face. Hey, girl, thank you for being number 40. Delightful by Design, hey, girl, thank you for being 35. Lexi Lean is 47. What's going down? Man, I'm glad to see y'all. You went and got some Popeyes and you ain't sent me none? Oh, boy, with Ken folks like y'all. You could have sent me some chicken Uber Eats. You could have sent me a smooth 3-piece with a jalapeno pepper and some of that strawberry lemonade with light ice. You could have did that, but that's all right. Eat your Popeyes and you know, remember me while you over there busting it down. Eshell, thank you for being 47. What up, Anna? Anna Bobana. I love my Anna. I'm so glad you're here. Rochelle. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number 49. Child, Brisha telling us what she think about this. Brisha says she like the new girls resolving conflict. Porsha drags the darn conflict and makes it a storyline for the entire season. Is she dragging it, or is she just not talking about it? Like, don't nobody owe it to you to resolve nothing with you. Want to mess with you and they want to keep you at a distance? Keep it at a distance. Don't nobody owe you that. All that resolve stuff, like, I know it sounds good for TV, but in real life, do we go and resolve stuff with people we don't like, or we just kind of get at them from a distance? That's all. I'm just being the advocate. I can never be the devil's advocate because I don't like the devil, and he don't like me neither. But I'm just being, an advocate for how we, how real life works. That's all. Aries son, thank you for being 54. Nikita T. Hey girl, thank you for being 50. Seanitra Howell is 54. Bree say, nah, she Grammy. Is she? Is she? Hey, it is what it is. Tiffany GC, Tiffany say unpopular opinion, but I'm tired of Porsha and Britt at this point. It ain't unpopular. I've been online looking. A lot of people say they tired of Porsha and Britt. I think that's a very popular opinion. Y'all know I don't really like nobody, so I could be tired of anybody at any given moment. So it's not unpopular, child. Deborah say, me either, Nitra, and Angela No Charles is catting all around ATL. Didn't Shamea just say that? And did. Londa say Porsha miserable, birth her and Britt can go. I hear you, child. Y'all say they could go. Y'all hear your sisters, honey. They say the girls can go. Brisha say she said it, but then getting passive aggressive and punk puss and skedaddle as if she didn't say it, stand in it if she want to be that bold. I don't think it was a matter of being bold. I think it was a matter of we talking about you. You said what you said. And she said what a lot of girls say. I know plenty of girls would be like, she better shut up before I go with her never. People say stuff like that. What's she supposed to do? Stay there and have a screaming match with Angela? Angela wanted to be upset. Or it'll not wonder. I don't feel sorry for Angela. I don't. I'm going to go as far as to say if Porsha go hunch her man, I'm not going to feel sorry for Angela. Sometimes you got to watch your mouth. Somebody go with your man, you open the door. That's all I'm going to say. Deborah said, who doesn't know what happened with Porsha and Simon? Those that watch the show. Right. So it was like, you doing that for what? And the whole, when she did that, Porsha wasn't even talking. So it's like, what you attacking her for? For just sitting there? Because Britt and them was bothering you. You attacked Porsha, talking about, well, what Kelly had asked you and why I'm the only one being held accountable. Like, what are you talking about? Porsha wasn't even saying nothing to you. She got what she was looking for. I don't feel bad for her. And she better hope Porsha don't sleep with her man, because y'all know, it could happen. I ain't never heard about Porsha just going through Atlanta, going with everybody, man. But we know she done snitched on somebody and married one. So she better, all I can say, Angela better hope Porsha don't know none of her business, because she sure snitched on Fallon. Hey, Miss Gigi. Thank you for being number 59. And I thank you. Listen, y'all know I'm not really very understanding for people like that. Amanda K said, Drew wasn't filming with Dennis, then I was saying she was dragging it, but Porsha already stated how she felt. Maybe Drew's intention. I believe Drew, you think, of course, Drew is intentionally dragging it. Porsha was sitting there literally saying nothing. And they kept trying to drag her into the conversation. Like, y'all want to do too much. And then Drew talking about the elephant in the room. They was talking about Angela and Angela playing victim. How did that become, the elephant in the room? And then when Porsha didn't feed into it, this is immature, I'm leaving. Girl, why did you show up? Marcy, thank you for being 62. Mo Rocker, what up, Mo? I'm so glad you're here. You say the unpopular opinion is that the new girls are fun, pretty, and great additions, including Britt. I don't like Britt, Kelly, or Angela. Angela arguably is pretty. The other two, come on, Breesh. I'm just saying, girl, we gonna go all the way to. Hey, Bridget Nicole, what up, girl? Hey, 3 Buckhead. I mean, give them time. Let them cook. They don't have nothing going on, really. And they ain't really, ain't but one of them trying to fake a storyline with us. Porsha just kind of going with the flow. Drew trying to fake a storyline. I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest with you. I don't know what this show is going to do. I don't know what the storylines are going to be. Drew should definitely stop poking the bear, and Angela should too. I'm just saying. Because I don't pity people. I don't pity people. When you go around bothering folks, poking with people, if they decide to poke you where it hurts, if they decide to touch you on the soft part, on your soft spot, take it light. Because you could have left that girl alone. She wasn't bothering you. Deborah Randall say Porsha just said on her YouTube channel that a man with the letter O dropped in her DMs. Who is the man with the letter O? I'm confused. Who is O? Help me. P. Willie has that Thoughtlandia license driving around looking for the next man to snatch. Y'all keep saying that, but we ain't heard about her going with but one man after she snitched on Fallon. That's all I'm saying. Now, we going to keep it a buck. We know about Kenya going with more people husbands than Porsha. But we can't, let me be quiet, because people don't like when I tell the truth. You know, it's like we come up with a narrative and we all supposed to stick to the same lie. So I'm going to be quiet. Y'all don't want me to tell the truth. Hey, Inell, thank you for being 60. Lord, she called Britt pretty. You know Leatherface ain't pretty. Stop playing. Britt need to stop playing the victim. She poked Kenya's bear and won't sympathy. Thank you. Okay. Before we get to the review, now let me ask you a question. A question. Okay. If we can see that Leatherface poked Kenya and Kenya played hard, and some people say Kenya played too hard, I think she played a little too hard, right? Why we can't see that Angela poked Porsha and now everybody mad at Porsha for playing hard? I'll wait. And she still took it light because she could have embarrassed her, you know, right in her face, and she didn't. They by the pool drinking, having a good time. Deborah said, we don't know who the O is. Sean say the O is for Oakley. But the man named Charles, though. Charles, your lunch is ready. I'm just saying. Brandon say, Nitra, here we go. How did Kenya catch a stray? Because somebody brought up Kenya's name. So we got to talk about it. Say, people be saying she got that Bentley Rolls Royce back with sleeping. People say, but do we know? We got at least two and a possible documented cases of Kenya hunching people husbands. So what are we saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, y'all want to keep it real or we want to play? Because if we playing, let me know, and then I just play dumb. I act like Angela. I play dumb. 3 Buckhead, I said, I guess they were trying to warm us up to Phaedra about showing her commercials, but it did nothing for me. I don't watch commercials. What happened? Lord, Bridget Nicole, I'm so glad you back with your crazy self. This fool said Omarion at this point. It could be. Yolanda say, I could see that because it was Porsha's birthday and Angela shouldn't have invited Drew. And then after she invited Drew, you up here like you arguing back and forth with the ladies at the table because they talking about you being a victim. And then you just like go back to the first episode from something Kelly said to bring up stale stuff. Like, we all know what happened between Porsha and Simon and Fallon. Why are we talking about that at this girl birthday dinner? Angela got what she was looking for. And like I said, she better hope Porsha don't hunch her man. You think Porsha's scared of Angela because she's not going back down? You really believe that? Ain't nobody scared of Angela or her nose. Brandon said, I'm talking about you mentioning her dating history. Well, I'm just saying, Brandon, we talking about cast members, right? People coming with stuff that like narratives that people have made up instead of talking about what we got on document, like what's been documented. Only one person had a house bought by somebody's husband. Only one person was going woman husband while the woman was pregnant, and then ended up suing the man because they fell out because he didn't want to leave his pregnant wife, and it wasn't Porsha. That's all I'm saying. And bear in mind, I don't like nobody, but I'm not lying for nobody either. And I'm not going to lie on nobody. I'm just saying. Hey, Nashina, thank you for the super chat. My first support of the day. That any woman would have an issue with a co-worker, buddy, employee started working with her baby daddy behind her back and on camera on the same platform, okay? Drew and Dennis are messy with the situation and are. And I think they did it, you know, for attention and like to, you know, maybe sell the album and stuff. But, you know, it just kind of is what it is. DT, it's my DT. Hey, boo. That's right. Not the so-called housewives of Atlanta. Yes, hit the like button. So look, we're going to get into this review because if I stay in y'all comments, I'm going to be in here all night. Right. Porsha ain't scared of no Angela. For what? For what? Girl, bye. Miss Ryan and have you. All we got to do is give your daughter a couple $100. She going to beat you up for us. You scared of your own child. Ain't nobody scared of you. I don't think Angela's scared of Porsha, and I don't think Porsha's scared of Angela. I don't think neither one of them women is scared of each other. I don't. I do not. I think Angela get real gutsy with the women because she don't have no power in her personal life. That's what I think. She can't talk up to her husband. She can't talk up to her mama. She can't talk up to her daughter. So she try to get gutsy with the other ladies. I think it's pretty normal. I think it's normal. Right. Porsha went at it with Cynthia. She's not afraid of a taller woman at all. At all. I don't think any of those ladies are afraid of anybody. I don't. RJ Shield. RJ, how you been? I missed you. Say, man, when Angela said, Kelly, I'm not with the fake stuff, boo, good morning. My thing is, why was she mad with Kelly? Porsha the one said that you better hope she don't hunch your man. So what you mad with Kelly for? Because she laughed? Or you mad because she was there? Or you mad because you know it's possible? Because you know your man friendly. Huh? Hey, Queen Fee. So I really don't have a problem with it. Yep, you finally reveal who you are, Miss Mora, and you can't stand Angela. I don't have a problem with it, and I'm not Miss Mora, but you Miss Jerry Curl, though. Follow the drip. Follow the drip. Why you in here mad at me, baby? Here's the thing. What you doing on my channel? If you feel like I'm Miss Mora, why you here? So just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow. So silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow. Yeah, ho. Like I said, I don't see a problem with it. She said what she said. She said what she said. You can't go around bothering people and then tell them how to feel about it. I ain't finna hunch your husband. But if this girl is a huncher and she hunched your man after you was bothering her, that's what you get for bothering with a huncher. Because I'm not a huncher. I'm just saying. I don't know who, need to know this. It's people that have different opinions about how they gonna deal with things, okay? Because like I said, we can all see that Britt Edie pushed Kenya. Kenya pushed back in a way most of us would not. We can also see that Angela and her nose came there and pushed Porsha. And Porsha talking about pushing back in a way that, again, most of us would not push back. Most of us ain't going to push back with our coochie. I'm not. But if she do, that's all I'm saying. Soul glow. Now, let's get on to this review. That must have been one of them hoes came over here and got mad because I wouldn't let them lie on my channel. Now, let's get to the notes. Notebook on deck. Hey, who am I to judge? I don't go pick fights with hunchers. I don't pick fights with hunchers. Nope, I surely don't go bothering hunchers. Nope. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Let's get to the front of these notes. Ooh, baby. Let me find out. We got some girls in here that got men that a hunter can come get. Because I feel like them the only people mad at stuff like this. Because you ain't got no reason to be mad unless you know that somebody can come and hunch your man. Listen, that stuff is funny to me. I'm like, listen, you can't stir up mess and be tickled with mess and then cry when the mess come to your front door. That's just what you can't do. That's what you can't do. You ask for that. Nina GZ say, and I don't pick fights with hunchers. And don't, because them people will push back with their coochie. Amanda K say exactly. We all have our own opinion. Don't get mad at the person that has one not the same as yours. Hello, good night. And follow the drip. Follow the drip. Nashina M, thank you for the super chat. Say Charles will surely knock peach juice down if given a chance. Angela know her man. Yes, that's why we saw her in the preview, basically begging him, please don't hunch Porsha. Angela, you ain't scared of Porsha, but you scared of her coochie. Oh, girl. Ooh, girl. Porsha, what you told him, girl? You got her shaking. Let me find out Porsha shaking. Tell you that. Sadly mistaken is number 82. Yes, thank you again for the super chat. Thank you, Nashina. Hey, Dorothy Lofton. We talk about RHOA, girl. We just clowning on these silly women. Don't log off after the Jerry curl. Don't log off after the Jerry curl. And DT, not the drips leading back to her coochie. That is unacceptable. We are not doing that. Notebook is here. The notebook is here. Okay. So we started off this episode with the fact that Shamea is crazy. Shamea is crazy. I think that's a foregone conclusion. I think it's clear. Shamea is crazy. Yeah. Real quick, make sure if y'all have to curse in my chat, you misspell your cuss words. I need my engagement button, the bottom right-hand side, circle with the heart emoji. Make sure you hit it, send up my bubbles. Let me check and make sure I got bubbles. Keep your like number, put your like number in the chat. Share the video, like the video. Remember, no bickering, no arguing. We talking about the people on the screen. No vicious comments to anybody because you have a difference of opinion. We all like different people. We all have different opinions. People are fans of different folks. It's okay if somebody likes somebody that you don't. It's okay if somebody doesn't like your fave. What's not okay is personal attacks or rudeness in my chat. So please respect the moderators. They're here to keep the chat safe for you. And respect each other because we're just here to have a good time. And as y'all see, we will pack out clowns, especially if you roll up into here with a Jerry curl. Okay, we're gonna pack you out. Okay, so do it because I want to stay sweet. Hey, this is V. Thank you for being number 87. Look at her smile. No, DT, we are not dropping it low for Jesus. Jesus does not want y'all to drop it low. And yes, I did say Shamea is crazy. Am I wrong? Shamea crazy. Okay. Exhibit A. Shamea started off this episode with her crazy country song. I say, okay, yeah, Shamea's crazy. Kind of like it a little. I can't say I like her all the way yet. Y'all know I don't really like nobody. But I was getting closer to the like-o-meter because Shamea really is crazy. So she got her whole country song about the trip. She done threw in lollipops and dewdrops and who was doing stuff and the people about to get it cracking. It was entertaining. I thought it was funny. It was lighthearted. And everything about it said, for them to start this episode with something that lighthearted, this probably about to get wrong. This probably about to get real wrong. You say Porsha and Glizzard is on Watch What Happens Live. I don't want to see that. That's too much foolishness on one screen. You got Andy, Porsha, and Glizzard. Count me out. Shamea's country crazy was hilarious. It really was. But to me, it was foreshadowing for them to start the episode with something that light and funny and silly and zany and, you know, kooky, I knew foolishness was on the way. I knew foolishness was on the way. So we started there. Then we get Leatherface and her husband, Britt Edie, Britt Sleazy. Y'all call her Bang Bang, you know, whatever y'all want to call her. Her and her husband. She got to talk to him about what's going on with Drew and Angela and all that, and who got invited. Like, why does he want to know that? Most husbands wouldn't want to know that. Hey, Forever 21. But she felt the need to tell him. Still talking about the peace brunch crap. I swear for M&Ms. Britt Edie she can be a victim in any situation. You waking up first thing in the morning. You ain't even painted on your war paint for the day. You call this man to still talk about a goddamn peace brunch. Girl, that was in Atlanta. Y'all in a whole nother state and you still talking about it. I was like, oh, hey, sweet T-Boo, thank you for being 94. You prefer the name Pistol Whip Barbie. Okay, well, that's pretty fancy. I like it. Renee said, hey, y'all, she's number 88. Sadly mistaken said, swear for M&Ms. I mean that. I swear for all the M&Ms. Peanut, plain, almond, peanut butter. Shout out to peanut butter, unsung heroes. Hey, Vet. And so she's doing her victim thing. She called Britt and her husband to suck it twice, twin. That is a 31.9 second violation in the reflection corner. You take 31.9 seconds. Crazy. Thank you for being number 94, Yvette. You prefer the pow pow courtesan. That's 11-second violation, DT. You and DS, y'all hold hands and skip to the reflection corner. Just skip on over there. Okay. Then we got everybody up, you know, they moving through the house. They pan over the Porsha bedroom. She's still snowing. She calling hogs and sawing logs in there. Shamea's talking with her husband, I guess, you know, talking about the baby. And, you know, y'all know that baby's sick and stuff like that. I don't know what to take from that. I just think that it's, how do I put it? I think it's like, because it's not good for a baby to be sick. I don't like to hear about nobody baby sick. But it's a very humanizing moment for Shamea. I think that's where Shamea, in my opinion, is leaps and bounds above Porsha. Because Amanda K still calling this girl Timon from Timon and Pumbaa. I'm done. I can't. That's a 12-second violation. It's moments like this, in my opinion, that put Shamea leaps and bounds above Porsha, even though they friends or whatever, friends off again, on again, whatever, because she has humanizing moments. It's not, everything is not just fun and twerking and drinking and hoochie, you know, the hoochie coochie, all la la. Like, it ain't even that. Like, she can have fun and be silly and zany. She can give us the wackadoo, you know, Carol Burnett country song at the beginning of the episode. She gonna crack a joke. She gonna, you know, she can be campy and fun, and she gets in with them with the booty shaking and all that. But then she has humanizing moments, and so I was like, yeah, you know, I like to see what's going on with her life, even though it's something that I would rather not see. I don't want to think, you know, I don't like to think about babies being sick. I know it's a fact of life, or else we wouldn't have pediatric medicine. But it's not something that, you know, I necessarily am interested in seeing. Not because, like, I'm too good to see it. It's just sad. Like, who wants to know that a baby is suffering? Like, you know. But it's good to know that her and her husband have a solid unit. She's definitely not afraid of hunchers. And she said, that's a good man. That's a good man, Savannah. And he's, you know, she ain't never felt like she was on her own with nothing they was going through. Y'all see this fool say she's sending DoorDash to the corner. And all of that. And she said she want to get a man a son. I saw people on Twitter talking about some patriarchy and all this other stupid stuff. Like, jump in a lake. Go to Lake Lanier and jump in. If she want to have a son with her husband, and they're using surrogates and stuff like that, I don't see a problem. Like, I just don't. You know, if you want to have a son, Shamea, have a son. Have 3 of them, girl. You know, I'm just glad that her and her husband seem to have a healthy, normal, beautiful Black marriage and relationship. Ain't no weirdness, ain't no hanky-panky, ain't no rumors and babies and outside children and all this weird stuff. It's just a normal, happy Black marriage, and I really enjoy it. Like, I enjoy it. So that was cool. Cynthia and Angela outside. So Cynthia and Angela's outside. They start talking about, oh, what happened last night. Yeah, definitely taking care of her business with her husband. I don't know. I just like them as a couple. I think they look so well matched. Yeah, love their marriage. Well matched. Hey, Ruth Ann, thank you for being 99. And last night was a lot, and she talking about her loyalty to Drew, and they talking about Drew, and Cynthia did kind of give her a little bit of a hip check. Hey, Latrice, thank you for being 100, girl. With her saying, like, the truth, like, girl, the position that Drew is in is the position she put herself in, and she put herself in Porsha's shoes while talking to Angela. So I thought, okay, but Cynthia, we know how you go, girl, but okay, you had a point. That's why I told y'all I had conflicting feelings about this whole episode. I was like, I can say the only person that did not give me the ick this episode at any point was Shamea. Your sinus is giving you a hard time. My sinuses gave me a hard time this week too. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Get you some honey and lemon. Heavy on the honey though, because honey is really healing. They talk about, Cynthia was like, where's Drew? And Angela tells her, oh, Drew is on the way. And Cynthia's like, child, how many times you gonna tell me she on the way? It's a 35-minute flight. They went back to talking about, how much crap she took at the table, and I was taking heat and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you taking heat as what? Oh, Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady, my sis is here. She said, hey, there's like 51 people that need to hit the like button. So please help me out. Treat me right. DH, where you been? Thank you for being 102. And they flash back to Porsha calling Angela victimina. Kind of corny. But I got the point. I thought it was very corny of her to call her victimina. Like, we've already heard Angela call Shamea. Like, stop with the Minas, okay? But I get what she was trying to say. Angela was definitely pulling the victim card. Like, you do some shady, nasty stuff. And then she's in the confessional like, oh, if I had to do it again, I'd do it again. I don't get F. Well, I'm going to need you not to give an F when the huncher is now, threatening to push back with her coochie. Just kind of is what it is, right? But I digress. So she says she'll do it again, all of that. While she's talking about how she caught strays, and Cynthia was just like, basically, ain't nobody really have an issue with Drew but Porsha. Like, that's basically telling her, girl, this is a Porsha and Drew thing. And Angela should have took a page out of Cynthia's book with that. Excuse me. Because, and you see I'm yawning, because up to this point, it was absolutely a snooze fest. Hit the bubbles, y'all. I need bubbles. Bottom right-hand side. Anyone you want to send up. But anyway, it's a Porsha and Drew thing. Like, why anybody else is trying to push that, make it the main event for the night, I'm not sure. It was just, right. What do you expect inviting an uninvited guest? It was just pretty whack. Pretty whack. It was. DT says Shamea is really uncreative on the list of nicknames. It was. Shamea was whack. But I'm going to say this. People tickle me because there were people that was acting like that was clever or something. Her name is Shamea. You called her Shamea. And people were like, oh, Angela read. And no, she didn't. Angela's corny. Like, y'all like her. That's cool. I don't. I'm not feeling her. Y'all know I don't like none of the new girls, and I'm not changing it. I thought that was real corny. She based that on, because she said she felt like Shamea was defending Porsha, which is her friend, while she was defending Drew. And so Shamea is a lapdog for defending Porsha, but she's not a lapdog for defending Drew. I don't know. To me, Angela's corny. I know y'all like her. I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm not feeling it. It is what it is. Don't come after me. I mean, you can, but you know, it's no point because I'm not liking any of them. Hey, Belize and JB, thank you for being 105. Right, Nina. Super corny for that. Super corny. Thanks for the bubbles, Bridget. Yvette said Angela's doing way too much, then feeling sorry for herself. And this is the same lady in confessional because I don't give a F. You sure look like you gave a F. You gave a F so hard you tried to attack a huncher with a question from episode 1 all the way on episode 5, 6, or 7 or whatever the hell this is. And then you went to shaking in your boots because that huncher threatened to push back with her coochie. Okay. So anyway, then we get them going back inside. Angela's talking about her, you know, she hot and touching her wig, and Cynthia was like, girl, let me get you inside because you know her wig will lift. I ain't knocking it because I get hot flashes too. Hot flashes are real, and if you don't have them yet, keep living. Okay? Just saying. But anyway, Drew shows up. She come walking in talking about I'm here, BITCHs, and I'm just like, okay. She talking about olive branches, like nothing original. Like Shamea's done the whole olive branch thing. Why are we talking about olive branches again? Like, I don't know. She starts telling us that she was contemplating not coming. Then, me and Porsha been friends for years, and she says she want to try to talk to her friend, and girl, she not your friend no more. You did some weird stuff, and now she don't want to be your friend. She don't want to be your friend. Wait a minute. DH is trying to bail y'all out the reflection corner. You see this? Y'all back to paying bail money. DH, thank you for the super chat. Say bailing all the D's out the corner. That's DHD, you too, DHDSDT. All the D's been bailed out of the reflection corner. Okay, no problem. I got it. We bailing everybody out. I can dig it. Okay, so boom. They get inside. She want to talk to her friend. She talks with Angela. Angela is like laughing in her face. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I was surprised that Porsha and her 2.5 brain cells, it took her long enough. But Porsha and her 2.5 brain cells, thank you for letting me know we on episode 8. It took her almost the whole episode to figure out what Angela was doing. And I'm just like, boy, Porsha, you really are the girl that thought it was 265 days in a year. Okay, Dorothy said, I think it's all the storyline between Shamea and Porsha. With them like pretending to like bicker. I don't know. They was all at RL's wife's baby shower and they seemed friendly to me. I don't know. Yes, I said Porsha and her 2.5 brain cells. It took her almost the entire episode to figure out what Angela was doing. I saw what Angela was doing way back. But, you know, like I said, Porsha's operating on 2.5 brain cells, and it took her a while to figure out what Angela was doing. I'm like, girl, if she was a snake, she'd have bit you. Because she right in your face doing it, and you don't see what she doing. Whew. Let me tell y'all something. This is why I question the sanity or the intelligence of anybody who went and read a book wrote by Porsha. Anybody who went and read a book wrote by Porsha, I question your intelligence, and I'm gonna go on record saying it. Hey, Love Always and Beyond. Say she did talk about that train on the Underground Railroad. Who was driving the train? This is that girl. This is that girl. It took her all episode to peep Angela. Not the pamphlet. Girl, people was on YouTube reading the book wrote by somebody that's barely smarter than a 5th grader. But I'm the crazy one. Okay. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. You say your friend read it and he liked it. I'm not going to say nothing about your friend. You trying to bait me into roasting your friend. I'm not going to roast your friend. Nope. So Angela's up there laughing in this girl face, in Drew face. And Drew so dumb. Let me say this. Drew got to be dumber than Porsha. Because Porsha while I'm looking at her like, it took you that long to figure out what Angela was doing. I don't think Drew done behind figured it out yet. This girl laughing in your face like, I think you should go talk to, hold on. I think you should go talk to Porsha because it'll get the heat off of me. And I said, oh, Drew. She set you up, baby. She brought you there. And now she wants you to go and get all them slugs and shots because she didn't plan to get no slugs and shots. She thought she was going to amp up the conversation and then she was going to make herself look good like, oh, I'm defending you. But she didn't think she was going to get shots. And after she started getting shots, then it was, I think you should go talk to Porsha. Wait, Shamea said it was like this. I think you should go talk to Porsha, you know, and get the heat off of me. Because you don't see these war wounds on me. I was catching strays all night. Girl, you was catching strays all night because you set that up. You set that up. Oh, wait, let's go back. Y'all know I like to go back. We ain't got to go back down memory lane because it wasn't far. Just last week's episode, when they were sitting to that table, it was Angela when them girls was like, where's Drew? Why Drew ain't here? It was Angela was like, tell him she was the one telling Porsha to tell them why Drew wasn't there. Tell them what's going on with Drew. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, okay, Porsha, you slow, but Drew is in park. Drew ain't even got the key in the ignition because how you ain't catch on to what Angela was doing to you? Then she was way too happy to tell Drew, your room over, hold on. Your room is over there. And Drew was like, what? What you doing? You up to something? No, it's fine. It's beautiful. Your room is over there. Drew walk over there, see them two bunk beds, and then she up there making faces. And while it was a little funny, my thing was, Drew, did you expect an executive suite? Your friend set you up to be a party crasher for a girl birthday party who don't like you. You done pulled a creepy, crawly, single black female on this girl. She tolerating you. She don't like you. So the fact that you got somewhere to sleep, don't be talking about it's giving orphanage. Well, all right, little orphan Annie, I advise you to use that room to change your outfit and dust off that cheetah girl wig and get your life because you got a room when you could have not had one. That's all I'm saying. You could have been up there in the real orphanage with Kelly and Britt with them 12 beds in that attic. Because what was up with the flowers in the attic, y'all? I'm just asking. Leave me alone. Okay? So she went over there, did that. She did not take Angela's bait with the, I think you should talk to Porsha. Instead, she went downstairs to go talk to the other ladies. Now, this is where I was thinking, okay, Drew ain't dumb as Angela thinks she is. She's smart enough to kind of skirt around Porsha. That's what I thought. I soon learned that she was not smarter than Angela thought she was. But at that point, I'm like, there you go, Drew. If you just wanted to film or whatever, which you could have filmed without following Porsha on her birthday trip, that was weird. But if you just wanted to film, you just wanted to be there to say you were on the screen there or whatever, you could have spoke to the other ladies and kept it cool. There was no reason for you to listen to Angela at all. Angela is not your friend. She's not your friend. It is what it is. Brandon, she was not going there to do the right thing. Brandon said Drew being red at night, poor thing. Poor liar. She was only going there to do the right thing. I will not. You know, I don't give nobody a break. Nobody. She was not going there to do no right thing. She's being a weirdo. You know somebody don't like you, stay away. Y'all know most of us are sisters in here. We have some sisters that are sister adjacent, and y'all welcome too. But for the sisters in the room, put a 1 in the chat if you'd have been breaking your neck to be around somebody who making it clear they don't want nothing to do with you. Put a 5 in the chat if you out your mind and you not running behind no heifer. Let me put my 5 because I'm not running behind nobody. Okay? Never mind the fact Drew know why that lady don't fool with her. So just why you running behind Porsha? That don't make sense. What you like? Girl, where's your pride? It's creepy. It's weird. It is what it is. And I see a whole lot of fives. So it's giving me that my sisters in here wouldn't have been running behind Porsha either. If Drew, even if, let's just say, even if Drew had told herself, I ain't do nothing wrong, it's perfectly normal to try to do a photo shoot with your company when I don't work for your company. It's perfectly normal to try to film with your baby daddy on this show without even like giving you the heads up. It's perfectly normal to go try to hire your assistants behind your back, even if she thought all that was normal, especially if she thought all of that was normal, right? If she thought all of that was normal and she felt like Porsha was just like unfairly like, I'm not your friend no more, all the more reason. What the hell are you running behind her for? Because if I feel like I ain't did nothing to you, I'm not running behind you. Girl, the hell with you. And if you know you did something creepy, which you did, you a real creep, and the girl don't want nothing to do with you, take it on the head. Yeah, I did something that was a little sideways. She felt a certain type of way. Let me leave this girl alone. In no universe should Drew have been running behind Porsha, because who the hell is Porsha? I'm just saying, like, who's she supposed to be? DM Rock said, hey, I really like it, Angela, because of the preview for the next episode. She reads Britt. That's not enough to make me like her. Cocktails with Lovable Lisa say, been there, done that. I live like that no more. I want to have nobody no more. Yeah, I don't want to be around nobody bad enough that I got to run behind you. I mean, your name is not Jesus. You do not have them sandals. There are no nail holes in your hand. I don't see me running behind you. I'm going to just be real. So she went down there talking to the girls and stuff. Porsha and Shamea upstairs. They laughing about Porsha eating leftover ribs at 10 o'clock in the morning with no barbecue sauce. I don't know what was funny, because I'd ate the ribs at 10 in the morning with nobody. If it's good barbecue, I will absolutely get up and eat the barbecue for breakfast. So I'm like, okay. They had their little moment. Cynthia apparently calls Porsha to ask what group Drew was going to be in. Porsha was like, it's up to her. Porsha in the confessional, like, look, I'm not holding on to nothing. You know, if I'm past it, I'm past it. It is what it is. She can be in whatever group she want to be in. Porsha came downstairs. I saw her and Drew speak. It looked like Porsha spoke to her, go out the door. She wasn't trying to mess up the vibe. Everybody really chilling, which is why I was confused. Like, if everybody chilling, why y'all bring it back to the mess? If everybody cool. And where Drew was concerned, what are you even doing? She spoke to you, hugged your neck, whether it was fake, phony, flaw, or whatever. You was fake, phony, and flaw. So if you could be fake, she can too. Y'all both fake heifers, hug each other, go have fun with them other fake heifers, and move along. Why they kept trying to make that be the main event for this episode, I don't know whether production told them, hey, we need a showdown with Porsha and Drew, because they was really pushing it. They was pushing it for me. I'm going to just be real. Nashina said, exactly, you have Dennis. Why you still bothering Porsha? Right. You got Dennis to film with. Go film with Dennis. Why are you bothering Porsha? You clearly got Dennis to film with, and he sent you a bottle at the club. You made sure you call him on FaceTime, on camera. You still making this all about Dennis for you. Porsha, cool. Be cool. Why be weird? Nashina said, exactly. You got Dennis. Why you bothering Porsha? Leave it alone, Drew, and go work with Dennis. That's all I'm saying. Them ribs do sound like a good breakfast. I wouldn't be mad at a rib. I'm going to be real. Hey, Anna. Anna say, didn't watch tonight, listening to your review, and sounds like Angela moving the story along. All the others seem boring. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They all did a little something. Definitely reeks of production. And thank you, Anna, for supporting the porch, sis. So look. So they all go get in the Sprinter or whatever. Drew, well, actually, when Shamea and Porsha was talking, she did say Angela was gaslighting her, and she was. She know what she did, but then she gonna play crazy like, what? You know what you did, girl. Stop it. So anywho, they in the Sprinter. Shamea got a text message, she said, from somebody that used to be acquaintances with her and her first husband, right? And she said that the man would used to beat her up. I did look online. They say his name was King Solomon Smallwood Jr. I don't know him, but Shamea said that he knocked her out her red bottoms. hit her so hard she was out of her shoes. And anyway, she quit the man. This was after a year of marriage, and said that this lady that texted her was actually somebody that just quit speaking to her because she left that man. And y'all know that'll happen. There's some people that only like you because of who you with. You make a move they don't like, they cut you off. And you find out they really wasn't your friend. It was proximity to that man for whatever reason, right? Hey, Ian, thank you for being 113, nephew. Nashina, thank you for the super chat. She says it's messed up for Dennis to have filmed with Drew and not said a word to Porsha. She says she's saving her venom for him, and rightfully so, as she should, because that woman don't owe you nothing. He the one lied and told you he wasn't gonna do it, and then did it anyway. Okay. And Amanda K said Angela was trying too hard to make an issue with Porsha and Drew, and that was boring. And it was. It was a lot. I'm gonna just be honest. It was a lot. Okay. I made it through, and I dug out everything that I felt like was useful. So anybody that want to put in on my cocktail on the Cash App, thank you. But for everybody else, thank y'all for hitting the like button, sending up my bubbles, for the super chats, for your comments. So they on the sprinter, you know, Shamea got emotional because the lady texted her, and they did the whole flashback that episode from way back or whatever, with them talking about domestic violence. They did a flashback of Cynthia's Mama Bailey, talking about the abuse that she had suffered. Those were, you know, back when they used to have real moments on the show. So I thought that was super cool to see that back again, and said that when she was going through it, she felt like she wouldn't be believed. I can understand that. I know a lot of sisters feel like they wouldn't be believed. We saw what happened to K. Michelle on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when she talked about Memphis beating her up, and Rashida, the Georgia prune, telling her that I don't believe you. I believe you lying, only for her friend to get beat up by the same man, which I'm going to say was a little funny. It's a little funny. Yeah, that was super sad on the Sprinter van, but you know, they kind of shook it off or whatever, and they got to where they were going. So you had two groups, bartending at the Coyote Ugly and whiskey tasting. So the groups were split up where it was like a 3-4 split. So you had Porsha, Shamea, and Kelly to the Coyote Ugly, okay? And then you had Angela, Drew, Cynthia, and Britt over there to the whiskey tasting. The whiskey tasting was a snooze. It was a snooze. It was a heavy snooze. The bartending at Coyote Ugly, I'm gonna be honest, it was a bit of a snooze too, because how much twerking and actual innuendo can we stomach? Like, it wasn't a lot going on. The only thing that I will say that I think was, hey, my sweet, that was a notch above for the girls that were doing the bartending, Porsha's group, was that they weren't talking about the other girls. Like, they were not spending their energy talking about the other girls. They were on all fours on the countertop, deep throating shot glasses. Now, mind you, that's not my idea of a good time, but at least they weren't spending their time that was supposed to be recreational talking about the other ladies. We also got Shamea with the martini shaker, cocktail shaker, tucked into the waistband, doing a twerk, booty shake, cocktail shaking. It was just like, whew, okay, booty shake. I guess, you know, when in doubt, shake your rump. The other group with Angela, Drew, Cynthia, and Britt, they talking about Porsha. Of course, Drew had to make it about Porsha, and I got to get a bottle. Maybe I'll get a bottle for Porsha. Porsha already like tolerating you on her trip. You know she don't want you there. Why are you trying to draw more attention to yourself? Just like, be there. Just be there. Have fun. Be there. Don't be weird. But no, we know Drew. Drew's a creep. She's got to be weird. And of course, Cynthia and them talking about, oh, that'd be nice. No, it wouldn't. Why don't y'all get this girl good advice? Why do people humor Drew instead of telling her, look, she tolerating you, leave it alone. Leave it alone. That would have been my advice. Leave it alone. Yvette said they were having fun as opposed to the other group whining. Very, very true. It was a lot of whining. Angela and Britt had another showdown. Now this is where it was like conflicting feelings again, because while they sitting there talking, something happened where they were talking about, Angela, of course, was like, oh, I caught all the strays, this and that happened. And then you got Bang Bang Edie, Bang Bang Sleazy, saying, oh, well, you do play victim, you do stuff, and then you act oblivious. And I'm thinking she gonna keep it on what's going on this trip and point out Angela's foolishness. She did not do that, y'all. She didn't. What she did was go back to the GD Peace Brunch. I'm so mad at Kelly for throwing that Peace Brunch with Angela half-cooked grits, because we're never going to stop hearing about it. It wasn't even that good of an event. It wasn't. Apparently the piece was like watered down because everybody was too sober and they kept bickering. You got Angela telling people your grits was half raw, and Britt will not stop talking about it. This is an event that should have never been filmed, and yet it was, and we can't stop hearing about it. So Britt is back to that, the peace brunch, and you came in and you weren't on my side, and la la la. And of course, Angela's like, it's just the way you came in. It felt like you was entitled. And so she was like, Cynthia, of course, because Cynthia has apparently been paid to be on the Brittany Edie is a victim bandwagon. So she was like, you can't tell her how to feel until it's your face with a what in your mouth. Girl, ain't nobody told her how to feel. They told her how they felt. I didn't hear, being fair, I did not hear Drew Sadummy, Angela with the nose, or anybody tell Sleazy Edie how to feel. Nobody did that. What Angela did do, which I don't like Angela, let me put my qualifier out there. While I do not like Angela, Angela had a right to tell her, this is how I felt. I felt like you came in being really entitled. And she had a right to feel that way. And she had a right to not be cool with that. Because if we being for real, you bothered Kenya. Kenya bothered you back. Well and good. We can all say Kenya went too far. Well and good. Why would you come in with that type of attitude with those ladies? They didn't show your pictures. Angela, whatever she may be, she didn't hold up no poster board with you singing on Mr. Microphone. That was Kenya. And Kenya was at the Peace Brunch, which is a dumb name for an event any freaking way. This heifer ain't even have no peace sign shaped tea cookies or nothing. Talking about a goddamn peace brunch, and wasn't no peace there. But anyway, so then Drew is up there trying to tell her, like, well, we missed our friend, and it's not saying you can't feel how you felt, but we also missed our friend. Well, I can understand that. No, you couldn't, because you threw a fit, Sleazy Edie, talking about they've been talking to Kenya. Girl, they've been knowing Kenya for years. They wasn't going to stop talking to Kenya for you. Now, when it comes to Angela, I don't really know how she got a dog in the fight anyway, baby. We've known you 5 minutes. And in my opinion, I feel like it's 5 minutes too long. 5 too long. But anyway, so then you got over there with Porsha and them, you got Kelly asking about her friends, like, are those your friends? Like, are they friends with Drew too? And so Porsha was like, well, everybody was friends. They all in the same social circle or whatever is the way she tried to paint it. And it could be. I don't know, because I don't know them people, but that's what she was trying to say. And then she questioned Angela's motives. And I'm sitting here like, who, Porsha? You and them 2.5 brain cells, you fired them up, didn't you? Finally plugged the stove into the outlet, huh? You finally turned on the stove to cook them last 2.5 brain cells that you toting up there. Yeah, she set her up, because why would you come there? And I'm saying that, I don't want her there, but I'm saying it's okay. She could come, and you got me to agree to it. Why would you hype up a conversation about her before the girl get there, when everybody's just saying, hey, where's Drew? Which is fair. Porsha's friends was like, where Drew at? Like, that's what they were literally saying. Where's Drew? Porsha was up there being quiet, playing dumb. It was Angela. If y'all think I'm wrong, go back and play last week's episode on Peacock. It was Angela that was like, tell them what's going on with you and Drew. But it's like, Porsha, it's a whole new day. And you just now realizing what Angela, boy, Porsha better be glad she pretty. She better be glad she pretty, because smart is not on her resume. It took her that long. And I still say, Drew is even dumber than Porsha, because she still ain't figured out that Angela was setting her up. Still. And then when the girl get there,
I think you should go talk to Porsha.
Child. Denise say Britt wants them to forget what she did to cause King to expose her. Right. Because she was sitting there like, oh, I felt like y'all were saying now y'all are even. Oh, well, y'all are even. You did too much and she did too. Y'all are too much twins. You right. Porsha is not fast at all. At all. Say not hard for Porsha to play dumb. I don't think she was playing. It took her that long to figure out what Angela was doing. She's not playing. She's not playing dumb, baby. You can't play that dumb. If that much dumb comes up on the radar, I'm gonna bet that it's authentic. Bridget Nicole say, tired of hearing Britt. She looked like she got her back. Man, no. Too much. Amanda K said, that's why I'm irritated with this whole thing. People saying Porsha is the one that's pushing the story. Right. Porsha literally is avoiding it. And that's why I'm like, are y'all okay? It's getting weird. It's not like Porsha's always bringing it up in the conversation. She don't. Bridget Nicole crazy. I love her though. Oh, that's a 19-second violation though. With your crazy self. Mosey to the reflection corner. You got 19 seconds. Okay. Lord, Yvette say Porsha got there in the end. Bless her. Yvette, not the holiday heart. Bless her. Not the bless her girl. So listen, we finally see Porsha last two brain cells turn on. She finally caught it. Then we get Shamea telling us some more stuff that starts to make more sense. So remember, okay, because you know, in order for things to make sense, we got to remember what's going on. Now, y'all remember, Nina says she left a bag of snacks in the reflection corner. See? Listen. So, remember when Porsha and Shamea had went to the mini golf? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that scene. Let me put my 1. Put the 1 in the chat if y'all remember the scene with Porsha and Shamea down to the mini golf. Okay? Now, y'all remember while they was down to the mini golf, they was talking and they was laughing because what they said Kelly had been calling Angela Miss Netta. Y'all remember that? And I was sitting there like, oh, this finna be a mess. So Kelly sitting up calling her Miss Netta. I say, not Bilbo Baggins got jokes, child. This might be good. And I kind of tucked it in the back of my gray matter like, that's going to come back up. And I knew then that was going to come back up. So now we get to this episode. And apparently, it done got to Angela that Drew was sitting up there with Kelly, and Kelly was talking trash about Angela. Well, now Angela felt some type of way. And production played her saying, played her telling Shamea, I feel some kind of way about Drew. Who? Okay. Miss Netta. Kelly said, Shamea and Porsha said Kelly was calling Angela Miss Netta because of how she say Charles. And I said it was going to come back. So then production tonight flashed back to Shamea and Angela in the car with Angela telling Shamea that she felt some type of way about Drew. And I knew it was coming. Don't worry, I'm going to bring it back to you. And they was like, Shamea was talking about what Kelly had said or whatever. And I said, oh, Shamea, you messy. You messy. But Angela was like, yeah, whatever with Kelly. But my issue is with Drew. She felt some type of way about Drew. And I knew it was going to be something because she was running around, trying to create issues with Shamea and other people on behalf of Drew. But Drew sitting up, basically the way Angela presented it, she felt some type of way because how was Kelly able to come to you to talk about me? Kelly shouldn't have been able to come to you to talk about me, period. And I said, I peeped that. Remember? Okay, let's remember again. Another scene from last week. Was that last week? No, it was the week before last. When they was at that stupid brunch with the watered down drinks and the half raw grits. Put a 2 if you remember that scene. Now, and put a 2 if y'all remember what I said about that scene. Remember I told y'all that Drew and Angela was going to end up falling out? Remember I said that? Remember why I said that? Remember now, Angela was going back and forth with Britt. What was Drew doing? Sitting up grinning with Britt. You so funny. That's crazy. That's nasty work. She said 12. And I told y'all then, I say Drew and Angela gonna crash at some point because she taking up for you with everybody. She picking fights with you, calling people names for you. And then when she get into it with somebody, you ain't mad right along with her. You cracking jokes with the girl that she going back and that's going back and forth with you. The same girl that just cussed at you for no reason whatsoever. Read them at the effing room. If anything, Drew should have been like, I know you ain't talking to my sister. But that ain't what she did. Right, Vet? Didn't I say that? And now he had come back around. I told y'all, and you know I like to remind y'all when I done peeped it ahead of time. I told you. DS say that's why one of them needs to trip Drew. "17-second violation. 17-second violation. You got to see it. But I told y'all it was gonna be something. I'm mad that Porsha figured out what Angela was doing before the rest of them. Like, how y'all let Porsha be smarter than y'all? I'm just, I'm gonna be nice. You say the voice is taking you out. I just want y'all to get in the moment because that's what had happened. So anyway, like I say, Porsha finally turned her brain on, figured out that Angela was setting the girl up, and I'm just like, obviously at this point, it was interesting. We covered the girls over there crying and brunch and blah blah blah. Angela talking about it was a war of words and we was both trying to hurt each other and I'm sorry for what I said. And Britt and they done made peace, did the whole fake make peace stuff. I don't fall for that. I'm sorry. This is giving all of this. Oh, we got a resolution. It's giving production hired them and told them, oh, if y'all have a spat, we need a quick resolution. Because that's not how life works. That's just not realistic. That's how feuds are born. Dare I bring you back to the feuds? That's how we had Sheree versus Nene. That's how we had Porsha versus Kenya. That's how we had Kim Zolciak versus Candy. That's how we had Phaedra versus multiple people. Because it breeds the feud. It's not supposed to be like on Potomac with Whack Blizzard, where it's like, oh, I'm not going to film with them. No, we need to see y'all interacting so we can see how shady it get while y'all feuding. And then eventually a resolution comes. A resolution does not happen normally within 2 episodes. That's just not how this thing works. That's not how life works. It's not real. It's not real. Now, had they kept Kenya on that show, we would have got us a good old-fashioned feud. After Pistol Pete went to threatening to shoot folks, if they'd have kept Kenya on that show and let her do an apology tour, both of them do an apology tour, we'd have got some A1 shade mess, a good old feud, and maybe next season or the season after they could have made peace. That's realistic. All this, oh, I hurt your feelings. It was a war of words. I'm sorry if I hurt you. It's fake. I'm not digging it. It's fake. But anyway, so then we get them getting back to the sprinter. Cynthia, apparently they showed Cynthia was at the whiskey tasting doing more than tasting. She was whiskey gulping, whiskey drinking, whiskey knocking them back, but she was not tasting. Okay. She called Britt a lightweight. Britt did look like she was floating. Britt looked like she had to tap dance up onto that sprinter. So she may well be a lightweight. I don't know. I wasn't there. Britt, when they get back to the house, she's sitting down with Cynthia still talking about, oh, we was at the whiskey taste and I felt the support and the empathy. Girl, shut up. Kenya gone. Kenya gone. We don't want to keep hearing about support and empathy every episode. Support and empathy, girl. If Kenya had Photoshop pictures of you doing the stuff you was doing, I could probably feel you on the support and empathy. How much support and empathy you need for penises you actually put in your mouth? Stop. I don't feel no support or no empathy for pistol packing Pete. I don't. Kenya owes an apology, in my opinion, to the audience. She owes an apology to the people who was at her spa opening, and she definitely owes an apology to her castmates. But don't nobody care about pistol packing Pete. Girl, you went and poked that bear, and the bear poked back. I feel like we have a legitimate reason to be disappointed, upset, and like over Kenya's foolishness, because we should, as the public, as fellow Black women, we should feel a way about her taking it where she took it. At the same time, hey Darren Hood, hey M Jones, at the same time, you, ma'am, until you address the way you took it, I don't really want to hear nothing you talking about. To be honest, I don't care what happens with you, because much like Kenya, she still is not addressing the gravity of her actions. And no, a lightweight apology does not cover terroristic threats. Like, girl, bye. But anyway, she talking about empathy and support, blah, blah, blah. We got Porsha calling little PJ, showing her new hat. Okay. Then we find out it's cowboy bartenders. I'm kind of over all the men cowboy bartenders. Like, I don't. That was one thing Drew Sadummy said that I was really on her side with. And she was like, I don't see the eye candy, baby. I didn't either. But you know, Cynthia up there, you know, talking about, oh, I'm wide open, and you know, making eyes at the little bartender fella and all that. I didn't see what she saw, but you know, to each his own. The rest of the ladies come out. Britt talking about, all I need is my whip. Like, you ain't had enough talking about your whips and your pistols. And this took me back to Porsha's little video on her YouTube channel. Remember, Porsha was trying to convince us that a whip was the car. And I'm like, girl, don't nobody call cars whips no more. This whole back to talking about a whip. Okay. So Porsha walks in quietly and sat down. She was like, y'all want to go downstairs? Let's go downstairs. Shamea was suspicious, like, why she got on black? Do she have a black mask? Is a poo shiesty in her purse or whatever? What's going to happen? We find out that somebody took it on themselves, and whoever that was is not Porsha's friend. Like, I don't know if Porsha really has any real friends. But your real friend wouldn't have called you on your birthday trip to tell you that Dennis lied to you again. Like, that's not the time to call that girl. You could have waited till she got back to Atlanta to do that. They call her on the birthday trip to let her know, girl, Dennis lied to you. Dennis said, oh, I was supposed to film with her, but I didn't do it. Okay? So Porsha was at peace. She was going to move past it, whatever. She gets the call from this friend to bring her news that she really didn't need on her birthday trip. So she was just kind of like, over it, you know, maybe not over the trip, but just feeling some type of way because she had just got the news. Okay. Tiffany GT said, I felt like it was a producer trying to set up some. It probably was. I didn't even think of that. Probably was a producer, because they was like, dang, they not fighting. Porsha not giving us the fight. So let's tell her this and this will get her going. It didn't work. It didn't work though. Maestro say, what's up, beautiful people? Hey, boo. Say, look, Pistol Pete poked that bear. But she wasn't ready for what the bear sent back. She wouldn't. So look, so they go on down. She was like, you know, we going downstairs or whatever. After she said he chose opportunity over family, which he did, you know. He's the man. What you want? We get more Shamea is crazy, because Shamea is definitely crazy. When the line dance instructor came out and they brought out more cowboys, Shamea is definitely crazy. She's unhinged. She was having a great time though. She was having a wonderful time doing the line dancing. She cracking jokes on everybody, talking about Angela was doing the wobble. Drew said Kelly looked like a troll. I'm like, okay. I thought that was a little tough, but okay. Angela said, not Angela, but Shamea said that Kelly was not line dancing. Not sure what that meant. They got to dinner with their new hats. Porsha was still quiet. they was like, you know, you had people like Britt digging, trying to, what's going on? What's that? You seem different than that. She was like, I'm tired. You know, I'm just tired, you know. So she still wasn't giving them what they wanted from the moment. She wasn't giving it to them. So she was just like, I'm just tired or whatever. So everybody's sitting there talking and all that good stuff. And they went talking about it, the whiskey tasting that, you know, they had. So they talking about they had a resolution, and you know, everybody was like, oh, what happened? And they made peace and blah blah blah. You know, Lord Brandon said he enjoyed the Cowboys. I ain't studying y'all. Miss Barker said Drew looked like one of the Smurfettes. We're gonna give you 11 seconds. 11. So they were having the whole thing. So Britt and Angela had victim talking about her being a victim, and they put Porsha name in it. Oh, Porsha said something or whatever, and so Angela was itching to get Porsha in the conversation, and so she's like, well, Porsha, what you said? And Shamea was like, she said you were gaslighting. And so she asked Porsha, like, oh, when was I gaslighting? Porsha was like, I don't remember. Move along. Like, she's not gonna feed into it, right? Bridget Nicole, you crazy. And yes, I feel like Young Yetta left some of her spirit on this trip when she showed up. So anyway, she was like, yeah, I don't remember. And so Angela sitting there playing dumb. I don't know what y'all mean. And I think it was Britt or Kelly or one of them was like, yeah, when you do stuff and then you say, oh, I'm catching strays, or I, you know, everybody was giving me heat. She was like, that's you playing victim or whatever. And of course she's playing dumb. She don't know what she mean. And then she's like, well, you know, well, Porsha never said that Drew wasn't invited. And so Shamea and Kelly was like, girl, Porsha absolutely did say. She said everybody on that call with y'all was invited. And they was like, Drew was not on that call. And so she was like, well, I didn't know. She said, no, Drew was not on that call. And they was like, Drew, were you on the call? She said, no. She was like, was you invited to the call? She says, no. So at that point, it's like, Angela, you know what you did. Like, stop playing dumb. Like, this is what I don't like. If you're going to be a villain, be a villain. Villains don't play dumb. Villains don't get in their confessional and say, I'll do it again because I don't give a F. A villain would have said it at the table. A real villain would have said it at the table. Like, oh, I knew she wasn't invited and I invited her because that's my friend and you invited me and I wanted her to be here and I didn't care if it was your birthday. That's what a real villain do. But you don't do stuff and then go in the confessional. Oh, I'll do it again because I don't give a F. And then get to the table.
I was catching heat. I was catching strays. Everybody was after me. I got war wounds.
That's not what a villain does, baby. She got all that bass in her voice in that confession and then get to the table.
I was catching strays. I was catching heat.
What are you doing? What are you doing? If you could say it with your full chest in the confessional, Angela, you could have said it with your full chest at the table, honey. What are we even talking about here? Nina GZ said, right, a villain stands in their ish, direct eye contact, confrontation. All day. All day. But that ain't what it was. Amanda K said, I don't know how Drew thought Porsha was going to act. She wasn't invited. Right. And Porsha was actually being decent, like cordial. She wasn't like up in her face being fake. But she spoke to you. You reached for a hug. She church patted you on the back. Y'all went and had fun. She didn't say, oh, she got to be in that group because I don't want her around me. She said she could be in whatever group she like. Any group she like. Hey, Black Smile. Thank you for being 133, boo. So I thought that was kind of like y'all pushing it, right? So that wasn't enough. And so then Angela was like, I just want to know why I'm the only one being held accountable. And what about Kelly and what she said and going all the way back to the first episode? Because she said, why you took that woman husband or whatever. And so Kelly was like, girl, we done already made peace. I got to answer. We moved past that. Like, why are we still trying to put me in the mix? And she's talking about, no, I'm talking about Porsha. Why Porsha? We want Porsha to answer the question. You did something foul to this girl on her birthday trip. And now you're attacking her because she's not interacting with you? Baby, I don't know what they told the new girls. I don't know whether they told them you better get fireworks out of them or y'all fired, because it's like they get real reckless when the ladies who are more established on the show don't respond the way they want them to respond. And so Cynthia with her dumb behind, I keep telling y'all, I don't like Cynthia. Cynthia is full of crap, y'all. But then again, y'all know I don't like nobody. So it is what it is. So Cynthia's stupid behind jump in there. Porsha, you want to answer Angela's question? She said, no, I want Angela to kiss my behind. I say, well, sir. At that point, y'all, I perked right up. Let me get my flask. Because at that moment, it was at that moment that your sister perked right up. I say, well, we got action. We wanted action. We got it. No problem. So at that point, I could see Angela's face change, y'all. Angela's face change. It was all fun and games with you poking and picking until you got the reaction, but it wasn't the reaction you wanted. She wanted Porsha to get razzle-dazzle. Porsha ain't get razzle-dazzle at all. At all. She just said, I want her to kiss my tail. I said, ooh. Oh. It was too funny. I said, well, all right now, Porsha. And so of course Angela was like, well, I'm not gonna kiss your tail. Everybody else can kiss your tail. And so Porsha was like, yeah, you first. Still, no fireworks, no razzle dazzle. I say, what version of Porsha is this? I'm like, okay, I'm down for the ride. Let's go. Let's see how this play out. I was interested. At that point, y'all got me. I'm in. So we still sitting there. And here comes Drew. This was a Porsha and Angela moment. Why the hell was Drew trying to insert herself? Like, girl, you don't know how to sit there and just eat the food that you was not invited to eat. Just sit there. Literally, just sit there. Because, like, let's be real. Porsha could have told you can't stay in her house. And it would have been nothing you could do. Instead, she's like, that's fine. You can be here. She just wasn't feeling you, right? It is what it is. She gonna jump in with, I want to address the elephant in the room. Porsha, are you okay with me being here? Drew, shut the hell up. The girl that already told you could be there. She done let you be in the room. She let you participate in the activities she set up. She let you even pick the group you was going with. So why are you jumping back in again, talking about, are you okay with me being here? Like, Drew, you need to focus on why you panicking about some divorce records being unsealed with your lying tail. Focus on that. I bet you that's way more interesting than you following Porsha around like a little lost puppy dog, because it's pathetic. It gave, I'm begging for attention. Wait, this ain't about me. I need this to be on me. Angela and Porsha finna get a moment. Angela got a moment with Porsha before me. I'm doing all this to get a moment with Porsha. I tried filming with the baby daddy and I didn't really get it. Porsha just called me a low down dirty individual. Then I went running to the guy that worked for her. Then I tried to film with her company. I'm still not getting a moment. I feel like Drew got jealous because Angela at least got a little bit of a spark from Porsha. Drew got nothing. So while she up there begging for attention, are you okay with me being here? How is it an elephant in the room, ho? She ain't said nothing to you. So Porsha say, you straight. I said, wow. Wow. She said, you straight. I said, man, what the hell version of Porsha is this? What am I looking at? All these heifers crazy. So then, of course, Drew started playing victim. Like, oh, well, I'm just going to go because, she gave me a nice, nasty answer. She already was back and forth with your smash nose friend. What you jumping in and trying to make it about you for? Porsha gave her no energy whatsoever at all. And she jumping up like, oh, I'm just gonna go. You got Cynthia talking about, I would like you to stay. I would like you to stay. And I'm tickled because I'm like, all y'all would like something on somebody else's birthday trip. Okay, fine. So then she's like, well, I got a bottle for you. I didn't come empty-handed. Like, she ain't asked you what you got. You got it or you don't. And so somebody, I forgot who said they was going to the bathroom. Kelly's looking for her fish. Like, when y'all gonna bring this fish? I just want to get the fish. Can we get the fish? And Drew is like, this is immature. What's immature? The fact that you can't get an argument? When I say I was lost, like, Drew, I know you like to pretend people doing stuff to you, but don't you have to actually get the person to talk to you to be doing something to you? And I'm trying to figure out how people are falling for this. Hey, Kim. Kim said, I used to like Porsha, but this season she's throwing me off. Her return is a bust for me. I don't know. I don't think I'm not in far enough to know that part yet. But I feel you. I see a lot of people say that. Vet say Drew tried doing her sympathy, but it failed. Yes, she tried. I'm like, Porsha ain't even said nothing to you. What you storming out talking about something immature? Nothing was happening. Amanda K said Drew tried to pull a Britt with Porsha, kept poking. Yes, and Porsha gave her, you straight, and never responded again. She up here storming out. I don't have to be here. I literally don't have to be here. Why did you come? Why did you come? Why are you there if you don't have to be there? Like I told y'all, I don't like Drew. But I feel like I keep saying this about everybody. I don't like anybody. Okay, King Imperial Magnanimous said Drew is so theatrical. And it's annoying. She did it on that trip to Greece. Was that Greece? Oh, no, they were in Portugal. Weren't they in Portugal? Where the hell were they? With Marlo and them and Sheree, and she kept storming off, pretending like people was doing stuff to her because they was asking about the was it the nanny that hadn't been paid or something, whatever that was. She kept doing it on that trip too. She's just weird. I just really don't like her, and she lied too much. But anyway, she jumps up and storms out. I'm leaving. Porsha's in her confessional like, child, I ain't did nothing to you, sayonara. Like, girl, you already done crashed my trip. I ain't said nothing to you. You storming off after I ain't said nothing to you. Fine. And Porsha says she felt like she showed them all grace. And I think so too, because we know who Porsha used to be. She said she could have met them all where they was at, but she chose not to, and she felt like she showed them grace. I feel like she did too. I think more than grace, what she was doing was spiting them. It was like, y'all want the reaction, y'all desperate for the reaction. I'm not gonna give it to you. I do see why a lot of the fans are like, oh, it's a bust, it's a bust. But I also feel like the same fans who are saying, oh, Porsha's boring, would be crying blood if Porsha bucked up at some of them chicks. You back? You home, Bianca? All right, Bianca, safe at the house, y'all. I think the same people who are saying, oh, Porsha's boring for not feeding into the dumb, cooked up stuff would literally be the same ones saying, Porsha being a bully, Porsha being mean, Porsha doing this, if she gave them any of the action they were begging for. Then Drew is supposed to be leaving, but she upstairs. She done went back into the house, talking with Shamea and Angela and crying. I'm just going through so much. So why are you here? Why are you here? Nobody wanted you there but Angela. Why are you there? Like, you and Angela could have just stayed in Atlanta and did y'all own thing. It would have been cool. Like, why are you there? Nina GZ said, good. Never give thirsty people the reaction they seek. Let them starve. I agree. I don't feed in the bull crap either. But if I do, on the rare occasion that I do, I get real silly. I get more playful than mean, but I can understand. It was Portugal. Okay. I can also understand why she wouldn't be playful with her, especially with all of that. So then we get this moment, right? We get this moment with Porsha in the room minding her business, and here comes Cynthia. Cynthia gets on my last good nerves. She's so phony. Cynthia, you were the same one at the table trying to help Angela do messy stuff, talking about, you want to answer, Angela? I feel like she should have cut Cynthia out. That's how I feel. I feel like Porsha should have cursed out. That would have been, to me, that would have been more genuine than her feeding into fake drama from Angela and Drew or anybody else. If she'd have told Cynthia about her behind, I would have been so satisfied. I'd have poured myself a tall drink, dropped exactly 3 cubes of ice, and kicked my feet up. Honestly, that's who you should have cussed out. But y'all know Porsha ain't got but them 2.5 brain cells. So I don't even think she picked up what Cynthia was putting down. I think that maybe she had her guard up because she didn't really tell her what content of the phone call was. She was just like, I got a phone call, some disappointing news or whatever. So my energy wasn't directly at nobody. I just, wasn't feeling it, right? So she went taking her lashes off, and Cynthia, being fake and phony as per normal. Oh, not taking the lashes off. Like, girl, y'all grown women. Y'all done seen each other's natural naked tails. She can take off her lashes, okay? So they had the little fake kiki, and Cynthia talking about, you don't fall down, you fall up, and can't nobody stop you, blah, blah, blah. Then she offered to pray after she been drinking like a sailor. She been drinking like Captain Jack Sparrow on the Black Pearl. Why is the rum gone? Talking about, you want me to pray for you? Porsha was like, girl, I think you've been drinking a bit too much to be praying. Don't pray while you're drunk. So then they go back to the girls, and I guess everybody getting their swimsuits, go to the pool. Bet. While they heading to the pool, they loud, they hollering, hooting, acting a countrified mess, which, don't get me wrong, I love a good countrified mess, okay? And then we see Angela in the house in her pajamas with a bonnet on. Strong auntie energy, right? And so they downstairs cutting up. Then you get Angela saying 2 something in the morning. She on the phone with Charles, and she heard them talking. And Porsha was talking, and her truth fell out. And like, girl, her truth, it didn't fall out. That's who Porsha is. Like, I'm not sure what Angela looking for. Let me say this. Angela, I hope you don't think you cracking no code when it come to Porsha. We know who Porsha is. You may be new to Porsha, but the viewing audience, the people who work with her castmates, they know who Porsha is. You not telling us nothing about Porsha we don't already know. We know who Porsha is. I don't think any of us was surprised to hear that she said what she said about your husband Charles. They was talking about her dress and said that she ought to F my man. And what Kelly said that Porsha said was she better stop before I F her man. Porsha was like, I didn't say anything. And I heard the henny on that. So I'm like, she telling y'all I was good and drunk. And whatever I said. Because she's like, I didn't say anything. And then basically, I think Britt confirmed that that's what was said. And so Angela was like, well, if Porsha says she gonna F your man, you take it serious because we know she will, and this and that. And then she, when Kelly seen her the next morning, she spoke to her, hey, good morning. I ain't with that fake stuff. Girl, Porsha said she was going to F your man. Kelly said she was going to F your man. What you mad with Kelly for? Why is you mad with Kelly, Angela? Let me put the StreamYard in the chat, too, because I want to know what y'all think about this. But let me tell you what I think. So I saw on the coming attractions that she gonna run the Charles again. She gonna get enough to run into that man with women's mess. She's gonna get enough of running to that man with women's mess. And I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, in my book, she was begging him, please don't screw Porsha. The fact that you felt like you had to run to your nigga and beg him not to screw Porsha, girl, ain't no way you couldn't have paid me to be on camera showing that I'm scared of another heifer's coochie. I ain't scared of you, cat. I'm not. Your Hello Kitty don't scare me at all. At all, and I'm toting the queen of the jungle. I'm not scared of your Hello Kitty. I promise you. You saying, oh, you better stop. She better stop before I F her man. Why, girl, why that shook you to the core? Angela was shook like a bowl of jello. But all you had to do was leave that girl alone. It gives that your man will cheat on you. He the kind of cheat on you, come back and tell you he did it. Charles act like he'll cheat on you and come back and wipe his ding-a-ling across your forehead. I don't think he's scared of telling you what he do at all. And I don't believe what Angela said in that interview. When I was talking to Wendy, I was talking about my oldest daughter's father. I wasn't talking about Charles. Wendy ain't lied on you. You was talking about Charles. That's who you was talking about. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's who you was talking about. You done ran over there to him. Well, Porsha was acting like you just so easy to you so easy to sleep with. Number one, you look scared. You look like you begging that man not to screw that girl. And you doing that, if number one, it looked like you scared of her coochie, which why you scared of her cat. And it also gives that you feel intimidated. Why you intimidated by her, Angela? Now, we ain't gonna sit up here and pretend like Porsha ain't pretty. We ain't gonna sit up here and pretend like Porsha ain't built. But if you can snatch a man from up under me, you's a good one. You's a good one. Running the bag, you made yourself look real pathetic. Real pathetic. I did say the queen of the jungle. And did. And you know what else that do? What you keep running to your man about everything these females say? You letting him know if he ever decide he want to, he can. You just added somebody to his list. Now, if he ever decide he irritated with you and he want to go get some, he know Porsha gonna give it up. He ain't got to wonder, well, I wonder if I try if she'll do it, since they done made friends or whatever. You went over there and told him. Y'all women gonna get enough. When women talking, I don't care how it run out. If the women talking, if the women bickering, leave it between the women. Stop running to that man to tell him everything them hoes said. And let me tell y'all something else. And I don't know who needed to hear this. If you got a friend girl that's a hoe or an acquaintance that's a huncher, because y'all know Porsha has a reputation for being a huncher. Now, do I know for a fact that she's a huncher? No, I do not. But she has a reputation for being a huncher. Don't be running to y'all men to go tell her she ain't nothing but a hoe. She do this, she do that, and she made a Sprite can disappear in her mouth and all that. You better be quiet, because all you doing is adding people to his list. Big dumb girl. Angela, you too old to be that stupid. So you up here, you so scared of the huncher. You done ran to tell your man that the huncher said she'll hunt you. Talking about, she said it like you just so easy to sleep with. Girl, you ran to him like this, like you scared he easy to sleep with. What you running to him for? Was that to give him the heads up? So if he see Porsha, he'll run. He ain't gonna run from him. Because he got a reputation. Shamea was out there while you all mad. You was so mad you trying to record them girls by the pool talking. Why you ain't want to harp on the fact that Shamea said she done seen your man out with multiple women? Multiple women. You ain't want to talk about that, though. You wanted us to skip all past that. Because you was all shook up. Because Porsha said you better chill for she, you know. I still say, why you scared of her Hello Kitty? Ain't you toting one too? Ain't you toting one too? Why you? I'm being honest with y'all. I don't see me being that bothered, shook, or concerned about another woman. You ain't toting nothing. I ain't toting, baby. Nothing. Nothing. I don't care how big your booty is. Mine is too. Mine is too. She hollering about the juice. I got the grip. Baby, mine is too. What Spice new song? Go. I'm just saying, I'm not bothered. A huncher don't scare me. Now, I'm not out here picking fights with no hunchers, but a huncher don't scare me at all. At all. Belisa JB said that's like me running around telling everybody my man Peter is big. Hello, what you talking for? That's what I'm talking about. Tell him again, niece. Why they tell everything? You running back to tell him Porsha said she'll give you some free coochie. That's something you should have kept to yourself. Because he just added her name to the list of people he could jump off in the cut with. Big dumb girl. Hey, Couture Babe. That's my niece. Hey, Mo. I don't know. Some of these women ain't too bright. Especially your man is a huncher. Just like Porsha got the reputation of a huncher. Angela, forget. Charles Oakley got the reputation of a huncher. And you running to tell your huncher that another huncher might be game. Okay. I'm confused. Deborah Randall say, why am I hearing Jolene? Yes. Please don't let Porsha take my man. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, what I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me, what I'm trying to tell you. See, Angela, can we talk? Let me borrow this from my little brother Gabor. Can we talk? Can we be for real for a minute? I hope y'all don't mind, because I feel like it. Now, as much as all these newfound people like, oh, I'm an Angela stan. I like Angela. Angela got Angela shaded. Angela mouth ain't about nothing. Angela mouth ain't about nothing. Because Porsha couldn't have said that to me, and I'd have been in a window, said that about me, and I'd have been in a window recording the conversation. The way I'd have hollered out that door and told her, girl, your kitty cat couldn't even stop Dennis from hunching while you was pregnant. You had a pregnant coochie and couldn't keep that man from hunching other people. I ain't worried about your Hello Kitty. I have to have a permit to tote what I'm toting. And yours couldn't even keep that man in the house while it was big and pregnant. Angela mouth ain't about nothing. It ain't about nothing. Y'all be too easily impressed by these people. She running over there to pick his brain to see if he been there already. Hello. Or trying to see if he thought about it. Or trying to see if he done seen her out and then gave it a look, done rolled it around in his head a little bit. Uh-oh, there go my Catherine Bennett.
Hey, what's going on?
Child, tell me what you think about this mess.
I just want to talk about Drew and how she's just trifling.
Well, listen, I'm for it. Talk about him.
I just, just the entire time she's talking about, oh, ain't nobody know, ain't nobody tell me how we knew that I was supposed to be up here. Don't nobody want me to work. And I understand that the wives get paid like the day rate or whatever. So on that end, I can see why that she's missing out on a day's work, but she had already filmed for that day. So what is the big deal about Angela, informing her that she just had to come? And if Angela wanted her to be there so bad, why didn't Angela try to broker a sort of peace brunch between Porsha and her before the trip, so that the two ladies were cool before the trip happened, so that that Porsha would want Drew to come before the trip instead of saying flat out no. So that's why Angela's iffy on my end, aside from the big old stomping boots.
Okay, but now Catherine, I'm glad you're here, because I love when I have somebody to talk to. So, is it me, or could Angela not have done what Giselle and Robin have done on Potomac, go get their own accommodations and stuff? That could have been a whole thing. Why didn't she say, friend, I don't like the room she put you in? It's giving that she's not really Drew's friend. And when she told Shamea she felt away about Drew, I believe her.
That part too. It's the second she advocated oh, I want my friend to come. Oh, I want my friend to come. But then she saw Angela has a nice room. Angela got that nice old big old suite. And the second I found out, if I were Porsha and I found out that this trifling heifer put me, or rather invited somebody I don't like to my trip, I'm putting her in that 6-person dorm. How you inviting somebody I don't like to my trip, but then you get a 6-person room? You get in that 6-person twin bed. But again, like you said, Porsha not working with a full deck, but
at all.
But again, that's her business, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
But then Drew's supposed to be your friend, but then you get that slick person smile and grin as you usher your friend, air quotes, to that little kid double bunk bed as you getting your lace put on, because when you try to put your wig on by yourself, your lace lift. So now you got a 3-person team to put your wig on with the good glue.
With the good glue. And this the wild part. If it was me, and y'all know, Catherine, y'all know I'm very transparent. I have horrible hot flashes. You wouldn't catch me gluing something to my forehead, because I'm gonna sweat that off. It's gonna lift right up like a baseball cap. I have to bend it to the side like T.I. You're not gonna catch me doing that.
And they dancing, they moving around, they outside doing all of the Beyonce, the Tamia dance moves with the 96 like side steps. Like she would have been like a helmet warrior. Like I would have had braids. But that's like me.
Yep, I
And,
agree.
and then also something else I thought was trifling. Like we all notice how, and everybody's been mentioning, Drew looks so good this season. Drew looks so great. How you come in with a nice colored wig? You know why her wigs look good, so good this season? It's because she got that good go naked hair.
Yeah,
That is why her hair looks so good. That's why she looks so much better. She has good go naked hair. She has Porsha's makeup people. She's got Porsha's like
stylist, everybody.
stylist.
Yeah.
She's low key turning into Porsha.
But am I tripping? Or why is everybody mad because Porsha peep game? Like, is that why they mad? Because the girl like peep what Drew was doing? Is it bad that she caught on?
Exactly. And she wasn't trying to do anything. Porsha came in, she walked downstairs, she was dressed in all black like the Omen, and she wasn't trying to feed
All right,
in.
look Tim.
And
Okay.
she wasn't trying to say anything. And when you said maybe she said, or rather you said it, she's like, oh, one of Dennis's friends like called her, and you're like, or one of the people in the chat were like, nah, it's probably production. Yeah, I peeped that it's probably production who were like, nah,
Yeah.
like it somebody like tips her off. It's definitely that. But like no one is trying to, rather Porsha is trying to grow. Porsha is 40 now. And
Yeah.
I've been watching her YouTubes, and Porsha's hilarious.
She is kind of funny. Y'all know I'm not her biggest fan, but she is kind of funny. I'm gonna give it to her. She have her moments.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Porsha just like, you know what? I'm trying to make this YouTube money.
Right. And I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that. I just I find that like sometimes the fans be tripping because you know me. I always go through the comment sections. Y'all know I tell y'all that on Instagram, Twitter, even Facebook. I go through the comment sections. And I notice like overwhelmingly people are triggered by Simon and Porsha. So anybody who is like harassing Porsha is like, oh yeah, we like Drew. Like y'all know y'all don't like Drew. And then
That's
because
just what Porsha did.
right. And so I don't know. It just seems weird. And everybody's like, oh, Porsha doing too much. And I'm like, doing too much. And then the next breath, she's boring. Is she doing too much, or is it that she's not giving them what they want? Like, what are we saying here?
Exactly. So it's not that they dislike Porsha, you dislike her actions, and y'all can't separate the two. So that's why
Right.
she's like, I'm not trying to talk about this situation anymore. I'm just trying to divorce this man, raise my baby. That's why. Even on her YouTube show, anytime you bring up that man, she will walk away. She won't feed into it.
Right. Because she did that with Dennis. When Dennis tried to ask her about Simon, she just walked away like, oh, I got to go get something. Like, yeah.
Exactly. She's like, I'm like, and like, even when she does it, like, she'll do it in a funny way. She's just like, oh, you're asking me a question?
Jokes it all. She deflects with jokes a lot.
Exactly. She's like, no, thank you. She's like, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and Porsha has zero media training at this point. Maybe she could take just maybe one class, but
Right.
it's like her complete lack of media training is what makes her funny.
Yeah, because she doesn't have any. She's how do I put it? Because I can't really stand Porsha a lot. I can do a little bit of Porsha, but I can't do a lot of Porsha.
It's like a
But
dabadoo.
yeah, a little dab will do you, like Brill cream, little dab will do you. But being entertaining, she's entertaining. Do I get bored with the twerking every 2 minutes? Yes. Like, girl, we all got big old behinds. Like, contrary to the young folks who think everything is a BBL, we all got them. We all got them. Okay. It's like, okay, more twerking, more sexual innuendo. Like, okay, baby, how much more? But overall, she can be entertaining. She's better when she's just being fun and silly. Personally, when Porsha tries to get too serious, it's not pleasant. It's really not. We saw her on Ultimate Girls Trip. I was not amused. But this season, like just like I said when it came to Kenya, y'all know I don't do Kenya either. But this season when it came to Kenya came in, she was chilling. What's the problem? Porsha came in like she told Drew what she had to tell her the first episode, but after that, we ain't really seen Porsha give us too much on that. So I'm kind of confused with people like, oh, she's using it for a storyline. She ain't even talking about it. How is it a storyline? Like, it's confusing.
Exactly. It's like people are coming to her with the mess.
The way she was sitting at that dinner chilling, Angela was like, well, how am I gaslighting? Porsha was like, I don't remember. Like, and let her have her conversation with them. And instead of them leaving the girl alone, like it's a whole birthday trip, Angela still was trying to create something. And Drew couldn't even really let Angela have her moment. And let me say this too, before we get back to Drew, little Miss, the creeper. Is it me? Or does it seem like Angela get rattled when somebody serve her back?
It really is. It's not you. I think she's not fully in her housewife bag yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think she sees all of the comments online and she's just like, hey, we like Angela more than the other two girls. We think Angela's like old housewives. I think she sees that. I think she really is. I think she sees all the comments and I think that rattles her. I think she sees that. And she's
because like she seemed shook when Porsha was like, when Porsha calmly slid, no, I want Angela to kiss my A. Listen, niece, let me tell you something. Auntie grabbed her flask.
And she's like, I'm ready for the action. Let's get it. Let's go. And there was nothing.
Baby, I spent that top loose and flipped it open because I said, now what we got here? Angela looked shook. She didn't even know how to respond. No, they can kiss your butt. Everybody else. And Porsha was like, nah, you first. She didn't even know what to do. Angela was caught in the crosshairs like a deer in the headlights. I say, what you say? Not mouth almighty. Girl, I said, not mouth almighty, tongue everlasting. You came in the door running off at the mouth. You done call a sister Flavor Flav and all. I was done with her from there, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
From the Flavor Flav comment, I was done with her. Like, it was literally nothing you could say to me. You done shaved your nose down to the size of a clitoris. And you calling the sister Flavor Flav, girl, you can go all the way to the nearest hell and check in. I was done. I promise y'all, that did it for me. And it's really nothing she's ever going to do to redeem herself. That took me the same place with Eva Marcille up here talking about you not black with a Q and all this other crap and calling them girls nappy headed. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't really like the looks reads. Like,
yeah. This is my thing. You can read on looks without going colorist, white supremacist, house Negro rant. Like, you don't have to do that. I can clown you all day and I ain't got to talk about your complexion, your hair texture. We ain't got to go to texturism, featurism. We ain't got to go to your complexion. We ain't got to do none of that. And I can roast you all day long and ain't got to catch a breath.
Yeah, talk about my wig.
Thank you, baby. We got wigs. Y'all got eyebrows in here. Y'all done painted on. Some of y'all hookers look confused all day. You look like you just walk around all day asking questions. What, huh? What?
Yeah.
We ain't got to talk about no
body.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I mean? A roast is a roast. A roast is a roast. You know, I'm a Floridian. We love roasting. A roast is a roast, a drag is a drag. But you ain't got to turn colorist / racist to do it. You ain't got to go to the calling people Flavor Flav and talking about hair texture and people's complexion and all that. She lost me there. When she went there, I was done.
Because, like, we didn't have to talk about, like, because the fact that we have to go in and explain about why we're calling Flavor Flav and why it is like this, that, and we have to go in.
Don't get me wrong. Shamea's a pretty lady. But if I wanted to roast Shamea, it wouldn't take much. And I promise you I wouldn't have to go after her complexion because her complexion is absolutely sublime.
Stunning.
It's sublime.
A beautiful chocolate woman. But like
that was just like, it was a chop for me.
And like when you said like I don't like none of these new ladies, and I really don't include Shamea in it. I really just
No,
talk. I really talk about like the three ladies.
The three actual new ones. Shamea ain't new. Shamea just got a peach because she been here for years at this point. Shamea's not new. Exactly. It's them three new chicks. The
just like her.
Yeah, the surgery sisters. I don't like
the surgery sisters. Just like Shamea's tagline. She been here a minute. But like but these I was really just hanging on to, like Kelly goes back and forth for me, but
Yeah, I don't like her either. I told you why I ain't like her. I didn't like the way she done switched out on that girl Britt. And I don't like Britt. We don't like nobody.
Exactly.
Anyway, you know what? I think, Catherine, let me ask you this. Should I put that on a t-shirt?
What?
I don't like nobody. I should put that on a t-shirt. Because
that's what I tell my students. I ain't got no favorites.
Yeah, I ain't got no favorites. Like, the only person I liked that I really liked on the show really was Nene. She gone. I ain't got no favorites. I don't like y'all. I don't. I feel like I should put that on a t-shirt. I don't like nobody. Because what the hell?
Because like, every episode is new.
It's some more bull crap. And so I was just noticing though, like, Angela, you keep getting stuck. You got all this mouth. All
confessional gangster.
Confessional gangster. Oh, I'll do it again because I don't give a F. But then in front of the group, I keep catching strays. I keep catching heat. I got one wounds. Girl, what happened to I don't give a F?
Apparently you do, my guy. Apparently you do. Like, which way is it? And again, it's like, say it to my face, say it in the scene. Because at this point, you done reflected on it. This is months later. You done seen it. You know how you acted.
Girl, and saying stupid stuff like, I'm grown. I was grown when I got here. Well, why you wasn't grown when you heard her say she'll hunt your man? Why you wasn't grown then? Why you hanging in a window recording? Why you ain't tell her good luck? Why you ain't tell her what her cat couldn't keep?
And again,
your cat ain't, at the end of the day, your cat ain't magic. Simon was over there with ED and your cat couldn't raise Lazarus. Girl, I ain't scared of your cat.
Like, your cat couldn't keep your baby daddy. Like, that's a simple read.
Baby, a whole pregnant cat couldn't keep him in the house. And then you went and got with Father Time. And then your cat couldn't raise Lazarus. Lazarus over there still wrapped up in his burial clothes. Ain't got up yet. You online making jokes about ED. Let's make jokes about the fact that you was over there playing with an old limp worm. You was over there pulling on that piece of old taffy. You was over there pulling on some old chewing gum. That was you playing with granddaddy's nuts. But the fact that Angela couldn't come up with none of that on the spot, all she could do was record and then get in the confessional talking about, I was grown when I got there and I'm grown when I left. Girl, you over 50, you overgrown. You overgrown Bigfoot heifer.
Exactly. And why are you telling us about your giant feet? That is A. And B, that was a horrible recording. Like, if you gonna record, I need the Ashley Darby recording. I need angles. I need the whole full recording so we can play it at the reunion.
There it go. Talking about it's actually short because Porsha left. So she was supposed to sit there and be content for you. Girl, bye. If you ain't got no mouth, say that. Them girls was off the clock. Nobody was filming. So you gonna bring out your cell phone to record and she supposed to say that she supposed to stay there to give you a show. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. What you should have did, what she should have did was went on and got on that flight and ran home and begged Charles not to get Porsha coochie. That's what she should have went on and did, like we saw her do next week. Imagine that. You got to beg him, please don't hunch Porsha. I'm sorry. I got too much pride for that.
No, what?
Imagine, Catherine, a whole
me going
to beg a man, please.
A whole me.
Don't go jump off in her coop. Girl. Girl, you that
police are
intimidated by
calling
Porsha? And then gonna sit in the confession talking about it. Porsha said you gonna sleep with her man, you better believe her. Why on earth would I have to believe her? I ain't worried. Here you go. I might believe that you mean what you say, but I don't believe you could do what you say you could do.
I believe every word that Kelly said, her tiny little self. Like,
thank you. Kelly was like, Porsha said, you better stop before I go. She better stop before I go sleep with her man. It is what it is. You the one bringing up sleeping with men at the table when wasn't nobody even talking about that. My thing is, why you up here hurt and shook, honey? Because who told you to bring that up? Why you talking about if Porsha ain't answer the question why she went with that woman husband? Don't worry. If she go with yours, then you can ask her why she went with yours.
Yeah. Like, ain't nobody was talking about that. We was sitting here talking about why the sky is blue.
They was talking about why you brought somebody on that girl birthday trip without her permission and you knew what you was doing and not playing victim, talking about you was catching heat and catching strays.
Yep. And now
that's what they was talking about. And then try in her effort to deflect, she said, okay, well, we're gonna try to put this on Porsha, and she went with Simon. First of all, and can we just say this? Because I'm tired. Y'all know I hate a liar. I'm tired. First of all, we done had Fallon and Porsha both tell y'all that man Johnson don't even work. So who did she sleep with? I'm so tired of people being stupid and vacuous. She slept with her husband. How? Did she lay there for him to mash it in?
This is not the picture I want.
I mean, I'm just saying, at what point do we keep it a buck? And we know it's real because we saw him get all sensitive on social media just by Porsha putting a description of what ED is. So, and
threatening to sue.
Because everybody know that he got an old piece of chewing gum in his drawers. I didn't want to know about his runny nuts and chewing gum, but she told everybody that Grandpa Johnson don't salute. So if he instead of this is this. So was Porsha laying there trying to do like portion this work to bend her big old legs out the way for him to mash it in? Did he have to mash it in with two fingers or did he mash it in with the one finger?
Imagine the Viagra bill on that.
Girl, it don't help because that didn't Fallon tell y'all it don't work? B2B Good said she would have whooped Porsha and threw her in the pool after she said that. Girl, imagine me fighting because somebody threatening me with her coochie. You can't threaten me with a coochie. You can't. Man, do tricks. I ain't scared. I wish I would fight you because you said, oh, I better stop before you do. Show me. Nina GZ say not the gummy worm, but that's what it is. The man is over there with an overcooked spaghetti noodle, and everybody online. Porsha slept with her man. When? You mean she fell asleep next to him? Catherine, what are they telling us?
That she was just over there spending up money.
That's what she was doing. She was over there spending up money, going on trips. And granddaddy got to walk around with a girl with a big old booty and pretend like he was a stud until she told everybody that grandpa's captain didn't salute. Juan, you know I'm keeping it real. I don't know why you ain't hit the link and come up. Where you been? Vet say, ugh. But I'm telling the truth. You won't tell me that the ding-a-ling is broke, but then at the same time, she was sleeping with him. Was she? Was she? If that's the case, I guess we all slept with him too because his Johnson don't work. Porsha's a O. What is a O? I don't know what O is, baby. You got to tell me what that means. She said, who is the O? I don't know who O is. We was talking about that earlier in the stream. Whoever O was that was in her DM, hopefully it's somebody who don't have to mash it in. Nina GZ say all money ain't good money. The gummy worm is work. Let me tell you something. If you can't do nothing to me, I'm taking your money. Catherine, am I wrong for that? Because I'm like,
absolutely not. That is pain and suffering.
No, this is the thing. If he can't do nothing with you, that's free money. You just console him and be like, I know if you could, you would tear it up. That's free money. That's free money. Oh, you mean a hoe? I don't know if she a hoe or not. Because, I mean, how much hoeing can you do with a Peter that don't work? I know y'all like that word, but I don't know. I'm going to just say that. I don't know. If the man Johnson don't work, I don't know how much of a hoe she could be. Now, I'm going to just go out on a limb. Vet says she can't help but like Porsha. I don't like none of them. I'm just keeping it real. She married that man with a broken Johnson. Told us about it. Fallon told us about it first. And now y'all trying to convince me she was sleeping with him to do what? Was she his babysitter? His nanny? Deborah said, I think it's called fair trade. Hey, listen, that's the kind of trade most of us should be looking for. You can get paid for doing nothing. All you got to do is take trips and walk around with them and let people think they're getting some. Yeah, a whole companion. That's what.
Is that quid pro quo?
No, this is a companion. This ain't no quid pro quo. He ain't getting nothing but to swipe his card. I'm sorry. You know, while I do, yeah, he got a trophy. He paid for a trophy. Listen, I do not condone Porsha snitching on Fallon, and y'all know that. And I know it was some of y'all here that was like, y'all would have snitched on her too. I do not condone Porsha snitching on Fallon being pregnant from the pool boy. However, if you can get paid and you ain't got to do nothing for the money, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Angela kind of got me. I'm just like, girl, you gone, Amanda. Good night, Amanda. But Angela kind of got me. I'm like, not in the moment. You ain't got no comebacks. Not in the moment your mouth broke. Not you got to wait till the confessional. You need a few weeks to think about what you're going to say. Angela, it's not given. When Porsha sat there at that table and said, no, I want Angela to kiss my A. Because like at the end of the day, she said that stupid stuff she said. Porsha really didn't even respond to her. She was just sitting there with no energy for her. Cynthia was the one that even got that little bit out. Actually, Cynthia tweezed that out. Do you want to answer Angela's question? She said, no, I want Angela to kiss my A.
Seanitra, drop down now. You have a great night.
All right, boo. Good night. You know what? Hold on. DS is crazy. Say Porsha gave Simon emotional. Are you saying Porsha was Simon's emotional support animal? Yo, y'all are terrible. But it's just too much. Like this, I don't know. I'm not liking what's left over. I mean, like I know it's too late for them to bring Kenya back, but like y'all really should have brought Kenya back. Yvette says she even made him look slightly better. She did. I didn't think that was possible. Me either. And the minute she left, he went right back to looking like Grandpa. Hey, Anna, thank you for being 151. So listen, y'all, overall, how are y'all rating this episode? 1 to 10, what you giving them? I'm going to give them a 6. Let me put my vote in the chat. I'm going to give them a 6. Overall, it was a lot of filler. It was a whole lot of filler. It was a lot of overproduction. They did a lot to try to force this Porsha moment, and it didn't land. I'm going to just be honest. It didn't land. It did not stick. They did not stick the landing. The whole Britt Edie still a victim. All these episodes after after Kenya left, it's not given. We kind of tired of hearing about a peace brunch and a picture and a picture and a peace brunch. Like, you know, it was too obvious to me. Like it wasn't hidden well enough that Cynthia had been sent in to be Britt Edie's advocate to make sure she's still seen as a victim so they could do like the smear job on Kenya. Not a good look. Again, Cynthia was way too obvious going to Porsha to try to force that situation into something, because if she could have got Porsha to say something, she was going to run back downstairs with it to try to get the moment. And I think that was obvious. I think that's why Drew did not leave when she claimed she was going to leave. I think that was to try to give Cynthia time to try to get something so she could pretend Porsha was doing something to her. And I gave it a 6 because I feel like, and I'm being generous with the 6. I'm gonna be honest. That's a generous 6. It really could be like a 5.4. I'm gonna give them a 6 because it did warm up a little close to the end. It was kind of fun watching Angela be uncomfortable and scared of Porsha's coochie, which is crazy. I'm sorry. Hey, Judy Aquai, thank you for being number 148. But yeah, overall, that's all I got. Anna says she can't even rate the episode. I feel you. My sweet gave him a 3. I can dig it. So that's where we are. Hopefully they do better next week, because cutting Kenya was a choice. We're going to see whether that pays off. I don't know how much longer it's going to be before Phaedra enters the chat. And we don't know whether Phaedra and Porsha getting back to their shenanigans is even going to help them at this point. Like, I don't know that. Hey, Camille. Yeah, I don't know that that's going to help them, to be honest. I really don't. So I guess we just got to wait and see what happens. Overall, like I said, tired of hearing about Britt Edie being a victim. I'm over it. Tired of Angela playing victim after throwing rocks. Funny to hear her tell Britt Edie she throw rocks and hide her hands when literally she does too. Don't really care about either one of them with that. Don't really care about Drew trying to force a moment. Porsha ain't really gave me nothing to care or not care about. Don't really care about Kelly at all. She ain't gave us nothing. I would love to know what's going on with her ex-husband, but I guess we're not gonna get that. And yeah, I don't really care that Porsha said she'll, you better leave me alone before I hunt your man. I don't care. I don't. Because Angela was right there, you mouthed almighty. That was your time to check her. If you didn't, you didn't. Don't cry about it later. I don't want to hear you crying about it for the next 3 episodes either. I feel like the new ladies are bringing victim energy, especially Britt and Angela. We got to see what Kelly comes with. And I'm actually interested to see what is going to cause the big fallout with Britt and Kelly. I'm very interested to see how that ends up happening. Okay. So yeah, there you have it. So listen, y'all, that's it. That's all. We finna get up off of here. It's been 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 54 seconds. Thank goodness that we were not here for 3 and 4 and 5 hours. I think this episode didn't give us enough to chew on for it to be that much time, and kind of glad, y'all. I'm still feeling kind of low energy, so I'm gonna take it easy for the rest of the night. Those of y'all who are in Discord, I'll be talking back and forth with y'all. I think I may have to go live again tomorrow because there's some other stuff going on that I want to talk about. But for now, that is it for tonight. Oh, shoot. Nashina say Andy told TMZ that Phaedra returns in 5 weeks. So that's 4 episodes now since tonight has aired. Okay, so in 4 more episodes, then Phaedra will be back, and then we'll see what she got to offer. Okay, I had a ball with y'all too. It was a lot of fun, a whole bunch of fun. So listen, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Before we go, I do want to say a special thank you to Nashina M times 3. I want to say a thank you to DH and a thank you to Anna, all of y'all for supporting the stream. I appreciate you. And y'all know what time it is. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, please. Every single time we go live on this good channel. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, because we're happy to have you here. And if you want to join channel membership, go ahead and hit that join button beneath the video or the membership link in the description box. Okay. Also in the description box, we have the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear. I think I might put a t-shirt in there that says, I don't like nobody. I got to work on it. I'm going to get with some folks. We're going to see what we can come up with, but we do have our merch link there. We got the link for our Amazon storefront so we can all shop for our own individual homes. And we have the link for my wish list on Amazon in case y'all want to show a girl some love. Go in on some notebooks, some pens and stuff, because I go through a lot of those getting these notes right. Okay. And I appreciate all the support. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the engagement bubbles that y'all sent up and all of your comments. And we also have the link in the chat in the description box for my book, Little Girl, Big World. Make sure you grab it for all the little girls in your family so they will have a survival guide for what goes on out there in them streets. Let's make sure our girls are safe. Okay. So listen, y'all, listen. You know what it is. So listen, y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Be positive, be productive, encourage others, encourage yourself. And in case no one else says it to you, always remember, God loves you. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it either. Talk to you later, okay?